Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to this first session about the Global Power Platform and Agent Bootcamp Poland edition. This session cover a very on-fire topic that is the agent administration and the governance. Before starting, thanks to our sponsors, stay here um, until the end of this session for the opportunity to scan the QR code to win a fantastic prize. Few words about me. My name is Marco Rocca, and I'm a cloud solution architect in modern workplace domain. I leave Microsoft 4 months ago, and now I work in Tecnimont Services, that is the IT department of a very big company in oil and chemical sector in Italy. I'm focusing on a modern workplace collaboration tool, Power Platform, and obviously now artificial intelligence and Copilot in the last period. You see in this slide my social link. Feel free to contact me for every question, curiosity, what you need. Well, we can start. We go deep to the important things. What is an agent? Okay, agent is the magic word for this 2026. And you know that today it's possible to create a lot of agent for different type, retrieval, task, autonomous. And today we can say that an agent is similar to one colleague that help us to resolve some task during our daily work. Okay, we have a different type of agent, and we have today different option for create an agent from the simple part using agent builder, Copilot Studio Lite, change the name more time during the last 2 years, and then for the agent builder, that is the tool for the end user, Copilot Studio for maker. Copilot Studio is a part of the Power Platform, and this is an important aspect for the administration and governance aspect. And obviously, for our developers, you may create an agent using Visual Studio Code. But today, all has opportunity introduce different type of administration that you must to manage, because today we have a lot of people that create an agent, because it's very easy to create a simple agent, for example, using agent builder. Then people are involved in during the process creation, and all company today must manage an impressive number of agents created by the user. And it's one aspect that I manage today, every day in my organization. But the agent today is not a colleague that execute a single task. Okay, today an agent can interact, for example, with an external data source. Okay, then it's possible to manage, for example, ServiceNow integration, and we must to manage this part. But an agent may interact with another agent, or may invocate another application. Then the different aspect is not an agent that go to SharePoint, take one document and create create a summary. Then it's similar to a user. Okay, it's important that is new expert. Okay, and we start to change your point of view. The agent is not is an application, obviously, but it's more than one application. Then it's important to start to manage an agent similar to a person. Okay, you must to manage from administration and governance perspective similar to a person. And to do this, you have different tool that you may use. In the last year, Microsoft introduced the Copilot control system. That is a platform that join different tools existing in M365 Admin Center and Power Platform Admin Center, and allow you to manage the agent. For example, who can create an agent, who can access an agent, review agent permission, publishing process, for example, create an author for the Power Platform environment, etc. Security and governance is another important part because it's important to secure your data. For example, using SharePoint advanced management, because SharePoint is the first knowledge base for our agent, because all company maintain a ton of document, a ton of knowledge inside SharePoint. Manage, for example, which type of LLM model are available in your organization. Today, we don't have only Chat, GPT 4.1, 5, etc., but it's possible to use other large language model, or it is possible to introduce integration with Azure AI Foundry, then create our custom model. It's important, and then Copilot control system allow to manage also this part. And obviously, it's important to monitoring the current situation. For example, using audit log and other type of report available today also in Power Platform Admin Center. But in the last Ignite, Microsoft announced another important news, the introduction of Microsoft Agent 365. Then we mentioned before that the agent is similar to a person. Then you must to learn the tool that you have for manage an agent similar to a person. And in fact, in Microsoft Agent 365, you can start to manage an agent similar to an identity. Okay, it's an ID identity. In this slide, I select this message from Charles Lamanna, then one of the most important people about the Power Platform. The best way to manage agent is to extend the infrastructure to use for managing user. I think that it's one important phrase. During this event, we will have during the day 2 important sessions that go deep to this part from Mikko and Tom. Then I suggest you also to follow these sessions. Well, but in my section, I would like to share with you 22 important tips and tricks for for good administration from my experience, from my day-by-day experience. Then I'll cover there's 22 different tricks in the rest of my presentation. The first, okay, step one is important, understand who can create and use agent. Then it is possible using just one click, select people that can use and create an agent. Okay, this control doesn't govern SharePoint agent because SharePoint agent is another topic. But for example, for Copilot Studio, Light, Agent Builder, and Copilot Studio, you may manage the user using these settings. What is important to say now that it's not possible today as create you don't have a control that allow you to select who people can use agent without creation, because if you enable the usage, it's automatically the user can create agent using Copilot Studio, the agent builder, sorry. I remember always Copilot Studio Lite, but now it's called agent builder. Then it's the first entry point for manage agent. The second, it's important understand the type of agent that you admit in your company. You have 3 different options. Agent created by Microsoft, agent created by your organization, and agent the classic third-party agent. For example, in my organization today, we have disabled the third-party agent. But you may, it's important, you may uncheck this, then disable all third-party agent, but agent by agent, you may select third-party that you need. For example, the only one it's related to SAP, you disable all and enable only SAP. Next, the sharing. Sharing is a big problem at all level. Sharing information, sharing document, then now sharing agent. Only for Copilot Studio Agent Builder, you have a control about the sharing. Because it's easy today, right-click and select share with everyone. And we would like to avoid this situation. Then you may select who people can use share with everyone. You can disable, okay, no users. You may specify a specific group. It's important also remember this check. Otherwise, I think that it's easy for people to share with everyone. It's not a good situation. The same check are not only in the new agent section in M365 Admin Center, but it is also present in the old view Copilot control system. Change the user interface, but the goals are always there, the same. Next, okay, I've created my agent, okay, in for example using Copilot Studio, or and then I must to publish my agent. It's another part to govern this operation, because the first it's manage all possible channel. Copilot Studio offer you a lot of different options. For example, it is possible to publish my agent in WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, etc. But okay, but in my organization, I would like to avoid this situation, and I want to use only Teams and M365 Copilot. I want to block, for example, SharePoint. Then you have today the opportunity to manage which channel are allowed using, for example, data loss prevention policy. I'll see a quick demo during my presentation, or for example, using different policy. But the channel is one important goal. For example, it's useful for testing leave demo website as a allowed option. Regarding the publishing agent, during my experience in the last year, I think that it's important govern the final publishing using administration approval regarding Teams and M365 Copilot. Then select, for example, in availability option, start approval process. Then is the administrator that govern this part. Okay, the agent it's similar for download the zip file and upload in M365 Admin Center. But what's happen is that the administrator receive a notification, okay, said that the new agent view and start the publishing process. Then it's important govern also this part, because the administrator can select which users are allowed to use the agent, and it is possible force the deployment of the agent for a single users or a group of a user. Then remember also all possible options regarding the publishing agent. And today, they view all agent inside M365 Admin Center offer view an entire knowledge about agent in your organization. Then you have the list of all agent, not only Copilot Studio, but also SharePoint, for example, created in your organization and used. The knowledge source offer you use about if the agent is shared with a single user, with group, etc. And you may start the publishing process from this page. This is the entry point for the agent administrator today. I mentioned the agent admin approval. Then I request admin approval, and you may manage not only the first application, okay, when the agent is new, but but it's also important to manage also the all update, then the new version of the agent. Then the first time you receive a pending update, and you start to deploy the new version. Then not only the first time. After the publishing process, you may may define who can access the agent. Also, during the agent life, okay, not only in the first time, you may change this type of settings. It's useful because for testing agent today is not easy. Okay, you may move the agent outside the dev environment. You may move in a test environment, but it's important, for example, publish the agent and test in Teams, or test the behavior in M365 Copilot chat. And then when you publish the agent is always the same. Okay. Then you may deploy, for example, in M365 Copilot chat the agent and restrict the number of users that test the behavior of the agent. After the agent are ended, you may extend, for example, increase the number of a specific group, or allow all users to manage the agent. Then also control the published agent is important for my side. Well, I share my screen. I'll show you the agent view. Okay, this is the main view. Okay, in this case, I can see, for example, that I have two agents. This is the impending review, and it's the first time. I can click here. I can see more detail about the agent. I can start the publishing process, select users or group who can install, select user or group will have the agent pre-installed. It's an automatic deploy. If I return to the entire registry, it's a complete list. For example, I show you that here, allowed agent type, I blocked all 30 app agent. What's mean this? This means that if I search, for example, Easy Vista, you see that we didn't find any match with Easy Vista. Why? Because it is blocked by this type of settings. But for example, I mentioned before SAP Joule. Okay. If I click here, and you see no user in the organization can install. But for example, in my organization, I need to use SAP Joule. Oops. Okay. Then only for this single agent, I can click on all the user in the organization can install. The result is that if I search SAP, I can install and use SAP Joule. Then it's not well documented in the Microsoft Learn, but remember that it is possible to do also this part. Then it's a very other type of settings, the sharing. Okay, is the sharing for agent builder. Only agent builder are affected by these sharing settings. Well, I can return to my stop sharing and I return to my presentation. Okay, I hope that it resume. Okay. The last possible, in my opinion, settings useful is the transfer ownership regarding always the agent builder part, because what is important to understand that it's possible to transfer the ownership of agent builder agent. Sorry for the repetition. Then, if, for example, if the user leave the company, you can reuse the same agent and change the ownership. A lot of settings are available in Power Platform Admin Center. It is possible, for example, to block disable agent, publish agent that use artificial intelligence feature. Then, for example, if you block this part, it's not possible create an agent that use, for example, generative answer, but it's possible to create only the old chat, but without artificial intelligence. Obviously, the agent administration and governance inherits all the good practice regarding Power Platform. And the first good practice for a better administration governance is the Power Platform environment strategy. Then what we learned in the past about the Power Platform strategy about regarding environment, it's useful also for manage the agent. Today, we have also a lot of new options regarding Power Platform environment strategy. For example, using managed environment. Okay, managed environment allow us to manage easily, for example, sharing and other type of option. For example, you have this type of settings in managed environment that allow or block maker from sharing agent with individual. Select the maximum number of people where I can share my agent. Then it's more easy respect a standard production environment to manage this type of settings. Then next, sorry, environment group. A better environment strategy allow you to create a large number of environment, but it's hard to manage environment by environment a single settings. Then what is possible to do is create an environment group. Then all environment in the same group inherits the same settings. Then you change only one time the settings, for example, regarding the sharing with the editor permission, the sharing with the viewer permission, etc. You change the setting only one time, and all environment inside the group inherits the concept. Then it's also important to start to use this part. And we mentioned before also the channel access. You have regarding the environment group the opportunity to select for each environment in the group the how channel are available. Then also for the authentication, then only one selection for all environment. Another settings that you may start to use is the environment routing. In the past, what's happened that the user started to create an agent where in the only environment where the user can create an agent, default environment. 1 minute of silence about the strategy of default environment that I saw in the previous year. It's a time to change the behavior. For example, using environment routing. Then you may create, for example, a strategy similar to this. Then when the user start to create a Copilot Studio agent, environment routing intercept this event and doesn't create the agent, the selected environment, but move the user to a dedicated environment. For example, a classic dev environment. Then in this way, you avoid the classic behavior that is, okay, that in default environment is an uncontrolled situation. Then environment routing allow you to move the first time the user from a standard environment, for example, to a dev environment. Then remember also the environment routing. Last, you may define which user are Copilot Studio authors. So these users not have any type of Copilot Studio license, but you may define these users as Copilot Studio authors, then allow also for create agent. Regarding data protection, for example, you may know that it's possible to create a classic AI prompt inside your agent, but not only this is true also for example, Power Automate, you may include AI prompt. Then it's possible to disable, okay, AI prompt or manage, for example, for execute a custom prompt, okay, inside your agent or, for example, a Power Automate. It's always true. It's the first control that Microsoft release with Copilot, allow or block the web search. Today, with the M365 agent, will also possible to select the type of site, external site allowed in your organization for web grounding. Then this is the old policy that you may be the starting point, and but now in M365 agent will also possible define a list of external site. This is an evergreen data loss prevention policy. We know that the data loss prevention policy in a classic Power Platform situation allow us to block a lot of connector, for example, connector with X, Facebook, a lot. Okay, but what is important to understand today? We have other type of connector that allow you, for example, to block knowledge source inside SharePoint OneDrive. It's possible to block the omni-channel, Facebook channel, etc. Then we see the previous situation regarding managed environment and environment group for block channel is one way, but you can block the publication in some channel also using data loss prevention policy. I share my screen just 1 second. For example, in disable publishing channel, in next, I blocked, for example, okay, Facebook, omnichannel, knowledge source, and SharePoint channel. For example, if this is a typical agent, if I select channel, okay, you see that some channels are blocked, some channels are not available to the organization data loss prevention policy, then are blocked. Also, it is possible, for example, block a knowledge source regarding SharePoint. This is blocked for DLP. Then data loss prevention policy is an evergreen about a very better administration. Stop and return to PowerPoint. Okay, resume. SharePoint Advanced Management. We mentioned before the SharePoint knowledge source. Then it's important to use SharePoint Advanced Management. SharePoint Advanced Management is included in your M365 Copilot license today. Then you have a lot of interesting features to manage data in SharePoint. You may use restricted content discovery, okay? Then block, for example, the use of Copilot inside your SharePoint site. It's possible to block using just one click the access to one site without manage permission by permission. And today we have a lot of new reports available to understand the current situation. For example, what was missing in the past is the site permission report for a specific users. Today, you have the opportunity to create one report for a single or two or more users, okay? And this report check the permission to all sites from a specific user inside in your organization. Then no ton of PowerShell script, no third-party tool. You may use this report inside data access governance in SharePoint Advanced Management. Then remember that it's possible to use also this tool. Last, reporting and monitoring. The first tip is to use the new Maker inventory in Power Platform Admin Center. It's one of the most important report in Power Platform, allow you to understand what the user created in all your environment. Not only agent, but also, for example, Canvas app, model-driven app, agent flow, Power Automate, etc. It's a very, very complete report. You have also a security hub in Power Platform Admin Center that suggests to you possible improvement regarding security in all your environment. Audit log. Audit log is still a valid option to understand what's happened. Okay, if the user share up an agent, create an agent, delete, etc. Also, Copilot, it's possible to monitor Copilot interaction. Then remember that audit log is another evergreen for administration and governance. Microsoft works a lot regarding the user report in admin center. You have, in my opinion, two complete reports. The first is regarding the agent, the number of interaction, okay, as a single user, and the number of response, the total number of response from a single agent. And the second, it's called user and agent. Okay, it is possible to understand each time a single user use an agent. It's another important part. Last but not least, admin action. Using the new Power Platform Connector V2 over the Power Platform administration, today it's possible to create a very, very useful, for example, report in Power Automate using the action query Power Platform resource. I share my screen just for one minute. For example, this is the simple Power Automate. I create a query Power Platform resource. I would like to monitor the agent were created at 1 day ago. I can schedule, for example, this Power Automate every day, and I may create a CSV file with the list of agent created in the last one day. Then it's very, very useful to use the new Power Platform Admin Connector V2. Then it's easy create this. Well, I finish my time, but the important thing for close this my session, because it's important to understand one thing. Takeaway. I think that the takeaway is very, very simple. You have a tool, you have a knowledge. It's time to start also the administration and governance regarding the agent. We had in the past the similar experience with the Power Platform, Power App, Power Automate. please don't repeat a similar behavior for the agent. Start today to manage your agent. Remember that you have two important sessions today that discover more deep the concept that I showed before. Then I suggest you also to follow the session. For the Q&A, if we have a Q&A in the chat, I reply after my session, because we have finished our time. Then thank you for attending this session. Scan the code and rate. It's important for us to understand the quality of the session, but what is important, most important, okay? Scan the code to win the ticket for the European Power Platform Conference. That is the best conference about Power Platform in the Europe. Not only another QR code for the final raffle. Well, thanks so much for your attention, for your time, and I'm here. I stay here in the track if we have a question.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Marco. I think we have one question from Maciej in the Q&A, and he repeated the same question in the chat. So there is one. It is how to block Copilot Microsoft.com from users with Copilot Studio in brackets preferred group. I don't want to disable SKU for Copilot agents in licenses. And follow up, how to exclude all SharePoint sites in one time from Copilot access.
Is not. I think that will be for the second part will be possible using Agent 5 in the future. Okay, for exclude SharePoint site from Copilot is not useful to exclude the URL, but using option that you have in SharePoint Advanced Management, for example, restricted content discovery, then exclude SharePoint site from the in Copilot M365 Copilot index. So I think that is the better option, or use data, the classic security label for content in SharePoint is another way. For the block Copilot Studio, is not good to block the DNS for Copilot Studio.microsoft.com because can have a different bad behavior for possible next release for Microsoft. Then play with the license could be an option. Okay, for example, exclude some, but I prefer to use standard tools, for example, DLP policy, to manage also the access to Copilot Studio. I prefer this that block or leave the license to the user. I see one answer.
Yeah, I see. Maybe I will unmute Maciej for a second. We still have a couple of minutes before the next session. Hello, Mike. Maciej, if you will try, I think you should be able to unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing. Okay, but if I unblock this queue for Copilot agents in license, yes, I can do that only for one by one user. I would like to have the one group where all people who are assigned to the group can use Copilot agent. At this moment, this is not possible.
No, I think that will not possible in the future. It's not easy to reply to this question in few minutes because it's not a single license, but it's possible a combination of the SKU that reach your goal. I can share with you some article that describe these processes if you want.
But it will be nice.
Awesome. So, Marco, if you don't mind to drop it in the chat or later on to share that with us, we will definitely send a follow-up package with the presentations and other resources which presenters will share with us and the attendees. So it was really a lovely session, and to be honest, you made my day with showing this reporting capabilities for the site permissions. This is like, wow, so many years waiting for that, and like, you know, buying the other third-party tools not to make a promotion to some gates.
PowerShell. I remember a ton of PowerShell script that stay in execution for days before an answer.
Yeah, indeed, it is like I remember years back I heard the term of the permission hell. Like, you know, people were overcomplicating.
Yeah, the classic question from a lot of department. Okay, I have this user. Where the user can access which type of permission? Oh.
Yeah, indeed, especially that right now even this shareable links are breaking the permission, so it is like making the whole stuff more complicated. But nevertheless, I really had a lot of fun with your session. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks.
If you have any other questions, then you can drop them. We are starting like on the 10 o'clock, the next session. So if you want to catch a quick bio break, then this is your time. If not, we can still have a moment to conversate. If anybody wants to ask the question, please raise your hand and I will unmute you guys.
Thanks so much.
I just want to say, Marco,
Thank you.
Great session.
Bye. Thanks.
Cheers, Marco.